Hey everyone, it's your girl K-Stylez from Detroit. Today on K-Stylez Dating Tips, I want to talk about K-Stylez dating tips, but no, for real. What I really want to talk about, when you're in a relationship and you cannot reconcile your differences, you can't work out your problems or a problem, it is best for you guys to separate for a season, whether it's a long season or a short season, until you guys can reconcile your differences or work out your problems. Because if you stay in that relationship and you guys just do not reconcile your differences, work out your problems, that's going to create a problem because y'all are going to feel probably disconnected. You're going to feel neglected, resentful. You may feel abandoned. You may feel alone. You may feel angry. And that's going to create more problems. And it will make you want to fall into temptation because you're not going to be happy as you was because you guys have not worked out your problems or a problem. So, what I recommend is if you guys cannot reconcile your differences in your relationship, if you cannot work out your problems or a problem, I recommend that you guys separate because if you stay in that relationship, it's going to be a problem. So, somebody may end up committing what? Adultery, committing an affair, have an affair. And it may not be what you guys intentionally want to do. You guys may really love each other, but problems can create more problems. And if people feeling resentful, mad, angry, alone, neglected, not seen, not heard, not valued, temptation is going to be there. Now, you don't have to fall in that temptation because you feeling like what you're not getting from your significant other, you want to get it from someone else. But that is a form of a temptation. It is real. It's real. The struggle is real and the pain is real for those problems that you have that are real. So you're going to feel that pain, that hurt, that neglect, that resentment, that anger. You're going to feel alone, not seen, not heard. So it is very important that you guys separate. When you guys can't be one no longer, you can't come to an understanding, an agreement, because how can two walk together unless they're one? You guys are going to be divided if you're not one. Because now we got two different individuals, but they're in one relationship with each other. They're not on the same page. They're not on the same frequency, you know? And that's not going to be healthy for y'all emotionally, mentally, physically, or spiritually. And if you stay in that relationship without things being reconciled or worked out, guess what? If somebody end up committing an affair or both of y'all end up committing an affair, everybody don't heal the same way, you know? And if one person has committed that affair and the other person didn't, that wasn't happy, but still decided to stay loyal, you know, and still be in the relationship and don't betray the significant other, that person, they're still giving their all, even when they're not happy and still having all those problems. But the other person stopped giving their all, was still in a relationship, but wasn't no longer as loyal. And they end up what? Having the affair. So it's not good to betray a person who's still giving their all, even if both of y'all decided not to give y'all, not to be loyal, and then to both commit affairs, because that's going to create more problems because everybody don't heal at the same pace or heal, alike. So somebody may stay very angry, try to destroy your life in many different ways, in violent ways, financially ways, take the house, like they coming for you because that person is angry as you know what. They is angry. Now this is the person who did not betray but stayed in the relationship or marriage. Then they still wasn't happy and they still had all the problems, but they still was giving their all. Versus the other person who stayed in a relationship wasn't giving it all no more, but still had the problems and wasn't loyal anymore and commit the affair. So it's best that if anybody is having any problems in their relationships, that they separate until they can reconcile. When y'all reconcile, you can work things out, you come back together. So you won't create more problems and be tempted to be with someone else because everybody don't heal the same. Everybody don't react the same. There's some people that can heal quicker. They live, learn, and grow. They take the good, the bad because In relationships, you guys, are we happy that we got done wrong? No, we're not. Are we happy that things went wrong? No. But just because we're in a relationship doesn't mean we're going to be guaranteed to be happy, or it's going to last, or a person not going to let you down, or you're not going to have no disappointments, or you won't be the one to mess up. So just because you're in a relationship doesn't mean that everything's going to work out. You know, it's not going to be no craziness. You're not guaranteed happiness because you get in a relationship. People change, things change. Sometimes y'all grow apart. Sometimes some people just mess up. You know, so all kind of things can manifest when we're in relationships. So to be wise on this earth, to be wise as a serpent, and to be harmless as a dove, if you're having any problems and you cannot reconcile your differences in your relationship, it is best for y'all to separate until you guys can come together and work it out and reconcile your differences, because God do not want nobody dealing with their pain and their struggle and their disappointments from someone letting them down, or both of y'all letting each other down in a relationship, because we are flawless people. We can be perfected if that person want to be perfected and change. We can't make nobody change either but ourselves. It's about self-development within ourselves. We have the power over ourselves, but we don't have the power over no one else but ourselves. So it is very important that we go about this the right way, in the healthy way. And when a person is still giving their all with all the problems, still being loyal, and not committing an affair, when they still not happy in their relationship and they stand in that relationship, and the other person has decided to not give their all, to be unfaithful, to not be loyal no more, and still be in a relationship but having no problems, that's a form of betrayal that you don't want to put nobody through, because everybody don't react the same. Everybody don't heal the same. There will be some people that will try to destroy you in all kind of ways, and that's what God do not want to happen to us on this earth when we're in relationships. He wants us to be wise as a serpent, because he knows the things that can manifest when you stay in relationships, when you cannot reconcile your differences and you can't work out your problems. You have to separate for a season. It just may be for a season. It may not be permanent, but for some situations, it actually may be permanent. For some situations, it may just be a season when y'all can reconcile y'all differences, because when you can't really live without someone, you really love that person, y'all gonna work out y'all differences, trust me. Y'all can't live without each other. But when you can live without someone, or y'all outgrew each other, or someone messed up so bad, you forgiven them, but you can't forget and you don't trust them no more, y'all will separate. All right, everybody, I want you to continue to stay blessed, not stressed. I want you to continue to rep your city, because God has the best. Stay blessed.